Welcome back to Whitt Acres. I'm Cody. Acres in the shade because it's a beautiful spring day. High of 68 today, and it's only, I think, March 20th or 21st. Yeah, it might be the first day of spring today. So it's a great day. Great start to the season. I'm out here doing some spring chores. Right here, I'm pruning some roses, getting some things potted up, checking on the plants. I'll be doing some seed starting today, some odd jobs, some potting and up potting some bulbs, and getting some things out of the garage because the weather's not too bad anymore. I can store them on the patio because the patio is enclosed. It's almost like a greenhouse in there. Alright, so we're in my patio today because I'm going to be saving seeds from some of the pumpkins and squash and gourds that I've been using for decor just around the property and in the house. These are what I need to collect seeds from today. I already have the rest of my seeds. First one is this yellow and orange striped pumpkin. And then I'll be doing this warty little pumpkin here. This large orange marrow or something. I don't know. My dad got that at a Amish store, Amish place. And then I have this caveman club he got as well. It'll be that's a gourd that can actually dry. You can hear the seeds rattling in there because now it's dried all winter long. This I just use for decor. It's got these ribs on it. Nice coloring. Green, yellow, orange. And then here's a yellow pumpkin. It's getting real soft on the bottom there. I got to get those seeds. And I already have seeds for this penguin gourd there. So that's all I'm collecting today, but I'm going to show you how I do it and the process that goes along with it. I got my setup here and everything I need. I got a butcher's knife and I got my plates that are all labeled with the type of gourd that I'll be collecting, or whatever seed I'm collecting today. Now, these paper plates work nice because they got that shiny glazed finish. It helps the seeds from sticking. So the process is I'm going to take one of these, start off with the striped pumpkin here, take this and cut it open, pull about 10-15 seeds out that I want, put it on the plate, and take them in the house, rinse off all the seeds, put them back on the plate, set them out to dry. It's not real complicated. They'll dry for probably 2-3 days. Each evening I'll probably come in and just like ruffle them up on the plate so they flip over and don't get stuck too bad. Make sure both ends dry out pretty well. Let's get started. I'm going to take this knife, plunge it straight down in, and then rock it. Cut it straight open. I'm cutting it long ways for no particular reason. There's your pumpkin. Full of those nice seeds. Ready to start a new season. I'm just going to pluck a bunch of these out. Find my plate. Small with yellow stripes. And I'll just drop 10 or 15 seeds. Pull them out. Try not to get as much gunk as possible, but you're going to have some. That's why we rinse them off later. It's real simple. Surprising these pumpkins have actually lasted this long. I've had them all winter, really. All fall and into winter. And now it's first day of spring and they're all still here looking good. Some of them rotted away. I just took them out down to the compost as each of them got soft. Some of them, like the one pumpkin, definitely got soft and made a big mess. That'll happen sometimes. Alright, here we go. We got the plate full. I'll take this in. I'll take these off the plate. I'll put them into a strainer, spaghetti strainer, pasta strainer, and just give them a rinse so all that slimy goo's off of them. And I just lay them back on the plate and set them in the kitchen, open air, and let them dry. I might put a 4-inch fan on them just to keep some air moving on them, but that's pretty much it. Let's cut open another one. Here we have what I call a yellow and orange ribbed gourd. Don't know what it is really, but that helps me keep things organized, giving them a descriptive name. I'm going to plunge the blade in, just rock it down. Some of these gourds have a thicker shell than the pumpkins, so rip it open. Stuff flying everywhere. There you go. That's how the gourd grows inside. Now find my plate. There she is. I'm going to start pulling some good seeds out. Every one of these strings is like an umbilical cord to the seed. Getting it sprouted. Or not sprouted, but maturing the seed so it's ready to go in the following season. Get these out. Probably don't need this many, but I want to get more than I need just to have a good chance of germinating at least one. Because these will grow probably, I don't know, at least 5 or 10. One plant will put out of these things, so you don't need to grow that many. Then with this one, throw it in the bucket. That bucket will go straight to a compost. Starting with the smaller ones. Go ahead and bust the stem off, it's just in the way. And I'm just gonna cut this thing right in half. And this one is definitely showing some mold, but oh yeah, there you go. You can see the mold's getting into that one, but there's definitely a pocket of seeds down in here. It's not affected yet. And we'll go in there. Look at all those seeds. Gorgeous. Should have plenty of these warty pumpkins for decoration in the fall. Great. To the compost. Alright, I'll finish off the pumpkins here first before I get into the gourds, just so you can see what's going on. It got moldy. So maybe you shouldn't keep these pumpkins as decoration this long. But let's cut her open and see what she looks like on the inside. Ooh, she's soft. And if you're wondering, yes, all pumpkins are girls. There we go. There's a pumpkin. There you go, that's what the inside of a pumpkin looks like. This one's got pretty shallow walls, but it's got a lot of still viable seeds. There they are, a little bit bigger than the last one. Let's see, get my yellow pumpkin plate, dump them on there. Reminiscent of fall pumpkin decorating. I actually haven't been carving pumpkins past couple years. I've actually 2 years ago I did carve a couple, but I've just been painting my pumpkins lately, which makes them last a lot longer, and I'm really enjoying that way of doing it because they don't rot like this. You can save them for a lot longer when you paint them. Start in the compost. I'm gonna do this large marrow next. I'm calling it marrow because I don't really know what else to call it. So let's just get in there and cut her open. See what she looks like in there. Pretty much like a long skinny pumpkin. Yep. I'm gonna dig in the bottom here. Try and find some good seeds. Oh, it's like cobwebs. Oh, that's not a good feeling. Put it in the right plate. Yeah, this is like hunting through an old attic or a haunted house full of cobwebs. Alright, that should be enough for this one. Send her down to the compost. Last one today is this caveman club. You could just use it as a rattle or a club. You can see these gourds, they really mold to dry out. The mold helps the drying process, and it actually leaves a really nice design on there. If you were to clear coat this for decoration, hang it up, as you can make it into something. But those mold spores really give them a really nice natural design to it. Alright, well, I might turn this into something, so I don't want to just cut this open and ruin it. I'm probably gonna figure out a spot that I'm gonna cut this so I can get the seeds out of. Alright, so I'm thinking I might make this into a birdhouse. Seems to be a little big enough. Might hang it just like this. So I need a hole right into the face. That's where the bird will go in and out. So I'm gonna make a little hole right there with the drill. And I know from previous experience that bluebirds and songbirds like about 1.25 inch hole size. It's big enough for them to get in, but small enough to keep the predator birds out. So I'm going to get this put in the drill here and drill straight through her. There we go. Doesn't have to be perfect. Like I always say, nature's not perfect. Stick your finger in there, bust up the edge. It's full of this little shiny paper. Kind of like the inside of a pumpkin, but all dried out. So you gotta shove your finger in there, start pulling out all the little paper-like stuff. And if you tip it over, you'll get a bunch of seeds falling out. Try and shake all the seeds out. Just get what you need. Because the thing is, birds will actually eat those seeds. So you don't have to get them all out. You just let them go in there, start building their nest, and they'll have a snack to build their nest. So there you go. There's a birdhouse. And I get some seeds out of it. There's a little bit more steps to make this a birdhouse. Maybe that'll be another video, but I didn't want to destroy the gourd. I would like using it for as long as possible. So this one's not going to the compost. I'll put that back over to finish drying, and maybe on another video show you how to build a birdhouse. Anyway, we got the seeds out of her. Now, these seeds look just like every other gourd seed I have. They're pointy on one end, and then they got these two little bunny ears on the other end. These are hard shell gourds, and whenever you do germinate these, so whenever you germinate some of these gourd seeds, you'll take a pair of scissors and you actually cut that rabbit ear off. Take your snips and just cut that ear off, cut that ear off. Not too deep, just the part sticking out. But that'll let the water and moisture get into the seed and help germinate it a lot faster. If you don't do that, sometimes these will just rot in the soil and not even germinate. Alright, so we got all these plated up. I'm going to clean up this mess, take you inside and show you the next step. Alright, now we're in the kitchen. Got my pasta strainer, holes in the bottom. I'm going to take my seeds, make sure they're not stuck to the bottom. Dump these ones into the pasta strainer and rinse them off. You can use whatever, you can use cold or hot water. I use warm water. You're just trying to get the slime off of them so they don't stick to the plate. Shake them out. I like to get them all in one layer. I don't want them stacked up on top of each other. I want them to dry out the best as possible. So there we go. I'm going to do that to every plate. Okay, there's my seed setup. They're all rinsed off, all put back on the plates. Got my 4-inch fan blowing on them. Make sure none of them are stacked on top of each other. And what I'll be doing is every so often I'll come up, rotate the plates, shuffle the seeds up, and hopefully get them all to evenly dry in here. So that's my seed saving tip for today and what I was doing. While I have you here in the kitchen, I figured I'll show you these first blooms of the season. I forced a hyacinth bulb inside of I think that's an Italian dressing vase. That thing's blooming already. I think it took maybe a week or so, a little longer than a week to get into full bloom. It smells amazing right now. It's definitely one of my top 3 favorite flowers, no doubt. And then the yellow you see here is forsythia. I cut a few branches off our bush outside a couple weeks ago and shoved them into the vase, and they sprouted and they opened up. They're looking great. And the dull pink is magnolia. I was doing some pruning on the magnolia anyway, that's why I got all these buds here. I figured instead of just letting them go to waste, I'd bring them inside, throw them in water, and let them get some color and bloom. One final bloom. If you're looking for something to get some early color, forcing your branches indoors or your bulbs indoors is a great way to do it. I got a bunch of these bulbs planted. I just threw them in these trays and pots that I saved from last year buying plants. And most of these bigger pots I put in hyacinths that I had left over and didn't get in the ground last fall. Most of these are tulips and I believe some crocus that I didn't get in the ground. I'm just trying to save them. I don't want them rotten, so I'm putting them in pots. Here's a water lily and I believe a lilac wonder. So we'll see what that looks like. I also took my aronia berry, threw it in a pot because it's starting to show some growth. I wanted it to have somewhere for its roots to go. And behind that is my kiwi. That's my kiwi tree. And I don't want it to die, so I got it in a pot so it can start stretching out its roots. Here's 2 pots of tulips I got at Lowe's the other day. I also got the cold frame stained. If you saw that video, it wasn't stained yet. I got a nice cedar stain on it to match my pergola up there. I didn't do the lid of it because it has the plastic on it already. Got it propped open because it's pretty warm already today, and it's only getting warmer. Nothing's popping up in there yet, but it's looking good with that stain on it. Oh yeah. Puppy loves playing with golf balls. Give you a quick peek of the greenhouse. Got some gazania popping up in there. The petunias are doing good. Herbs are starting to show. I got that tray of sorrel and endive there. And I put some extra potatoes or tomatoes in there that weren't coming up yet. Some valerian and the jelly melon and potato cuke I restarted because there's a good chance the ones that I started first are getting kind of big like a jungle, like I said. So pak choi's looking nice and big, healthy, and so are the other brassicas. A lot of the flowers and everything's looking good. The gherkins I up potted, they're taking off. My microgreens are looking good there. The onions and all the tomatoes and basil's looking real good. I love this shelf right here. It's just so lively. All the tomatoes here coming up. Tomatoes there coming up. Whole tray of peppers. Thanks for coming along as I saved my seeds. Last couple seeds I had to save this year. I'll just show you my white rhododendron and a few other things I got pulled out of the garage because they're starting to bud up already. This is my black Niger willow. It's already ready to go. This is, I believe, the purple fountain beech. It's gonna be a nice weeping type beech I got for my dad this Christmas. And then I got a weeping cypress, weeping bald cypress here. It's not dead, it's just a bald cypress. You can see all the new growth right there all over this thing. It's gonna be a nice pond accent once we get that dug. I got my brother's Japanese maple and giant sequoia right here. Gotta get those a little bit larger before he can put them outside. What, puppy? You looking to play with your ball? Alright. Oh. Puppy loves his golf ball. I got a Thuja Green Giant last week at Lowe's, and this is a Cleveland pear. White flowering Cleveland pear I got there as well. That's just a hemlock I pulled out of the squash mound while we were mending it. Put it in a pot. Over here in the dog pool, you can see I got 2 Gold Rider Leland cypresses that fell over. Trying to get them some water. First time out of the garage since last winter, beginning of the winter. So thanks for coming along with me today as I save some seeds and I'm doing some chores outside. But you can see I got my cold frame stained. I think it's looking great. Really matches my pergola up there. Alright, that's all I'm getting done today, so I'll see you on the next one.